what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you how to convert a yellow cake mix into a chocolate cake mix. Now, I normally use Annie's Organic Classic Yellow because it's got all natural ingredients. There's no artificial preservative, coloring, flavoring, all that. So it's pretty basic ingredients. So that's how we're going to convert this yellow cake into chocolate. Annie's does not make a chocolate cake, so we're going to have to do it this way. And you could convert any yellow cake into a chocolate cake by using this method. Now, before we do that, I got the oven preheated to 350. We got 9-inch cake pans. We're using these Cuisinarts. And then we also picked up these parchment paper that's already pre-cut for 9-inch. It's got the tabs on the side, so it's easy to pull up. It keeps your cake from sticking. So when you put these things down, you just want to crease along the edges. That's all to it. Okay, now we'll start off by putting the flour inside of my mixer here. All right, now Annie's mix is pretty big. Annie's mix is 21 ounces. So we're going to use 6 tablespoons of natural chocolate baking powder. Now, if you're using a regular like Duncan Heights and Pillsbury, the boxes are right around 15, 16 ounces. So you can use 4 tablespoons. But we're using 6 tablespoons because the Annie's is quite a bit bigger. So I'll put the 6 tablespoons in. Now, if you're a purist, since I added 6 tablespoons of cocoa powder into the mix, a purist probably will want to remove 6 tablespoons of cake mix out so that the ratio between liquids and the flour and the eggs remain the same. Or you could simply add maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of more liquid. But for me, I found out that just by adding the 6 tablespoons of baking cocoa into the cake mix, it doesn't affect it that much anyway because nothing is precise, because the size of his eggs different and all that. So we're just gonna use it as is. Next, we're gonna put in 4 large eggs. Next, we add in 1 cup of water, 3/4 cups of oil. Okay, we'll set this thing down, and we're going to blend it on low for like 30 seconds. Okay, it's been for about 2.5 minutes. Like it says, 30 seconds on low to blend ingredients, then 2 minutes on high. We'll pour it into these 9-inch cake pans. So I want to do it evenly. Okay, so we got them poured into the pans, and right now I'll just transfer it to the oven. And then once the cake is done, we'll let it cool off, and then we'll start making up a whipped cream. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a chocolate cake with whipped cream and sliced strawberries in it. So that's going to be our dessert for tonight. Cake has cooled off, so I'm going to run this thing along the edge of the cake here. Let me get the thin one. Just loosen up the cake from the side. Okay. You can see how nice this parchment paper is. It just pulls up the cake one shot. And we're going to be making a double layer cake, so we're going to put that one down. Now we're going to fill the center of the cake with stabilized whipped cream. So this is fresh whipped cream that we added some gelatin in to stabilize it. So the whipped cream will not break down and become watery mess. It's going to hold up for like 3 or 4 days. So I have a video on how to make stabilized whipped cream, and you can check out the video. Right now we're going to use, for this 9-inch double layer cake, we'll be using a pint of heavy whipping cream. So right now I'm going to use half the amount and put it in the center. So we want a nice thick coating in the center portion of this cake. You can see how stabilized this whipped cream is. So we're going to make this with strawberries, so we slice up the strawberry thin. You could also use a banana, which I think would be good. Or you could cut this cake into thirds or slice it again, and then you could make one layer of strawberry and one layer of banana. That seems awfully tasty. But we're getting the whipped cream on the center portion, and now we're going to add in the strawberries. We're lucky we got some pretty big strawberries from the market. So everybody's going to get strawberries when we cut into it. Okay, now I'll grab the second cake. Okay, now we grab the second cake, and like the first one, we'll cut along the edges here. Loosen up the cake. Lift it out of the pan. And I want to grab this, take off the paper from the bottom, like this, and set this right on top. Okay, and what we'll do at this point is that we will add the second 1 cup of whipping cream on top and lay on the side, and then the cake should be done. So I'll proceed and do it for you, and I won't bore you with me doing it, and then we'll come back and we'll show you what the completed cake looks like. Okay, here's the finished product. It's the Annie's cake. That it was a yellow cake, and we transformed it into a chocolate one. And what we did is that we used stabilized whipped cream, and we made a double layer cake. We used stabilized whipped cream in the middle with slices of strawberry on it, and then we made covered the outer cake with the stabilized whipped cream. What stabilized whipped cream is that it's basically making regular whipped cream, and we add some gelatin to it so that it stabilizes it and the whipped cream will not melt on you. The whipped cream has a life of about 3 days, 3 to 4 days. You can freeze it and reuse it at a later project. But it took us a full pint of whipped cream to make a double layer cake. So what I'll do is that we'll cut this thing open and see what it looks like. We'll slice open the cake now. So just take a slice out of it. We made a chocolate cake from a yellow cake because Annie's doesn't make a chocolate cake. They only make a yellow cake. So this is the cake. You can see the slices of strawberry we have inside the whipped cream. At this point, this whipped cream is about 2 hours ago. It's still holding up. It hasn't melted or anything. We had it in the refrigerator though, but even then, regular whipped cream will melt. The recipe for stabilizing whipped cream I got online from liverowbakeoften.com by Danielle. I'll leave a link to her website, so if you're interested in making stabilized whipped cream, you could go to that website. But let's give a taste of this. It's just like chocolate cake, so it was a success. We converted a yellow cake mix into chocolate cake mix, and it came out perfect. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.